What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your co-host Donovan Quick, and before I get into this last draft pick, make sure you guys ring the bell, get the notifications for all the UDFA signings that are be coming up. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. It'll help us a lot. Thank you. Love you guys. All right, so with the 241st pick in the NFL draft, a lot of us thought that the Dolphins might go either Talia Tagovailoa or even Leonard Taylor III out of Miami. We kept with a receiver, and I actually really like this guy. We went with Taj Washington out of USC. Now, look, he's not a big, imposing guy. Like, I've been wanting a bigger receiver, but this guy, you know, for a 7th round pick, I don't know how he went in the 7th round, because the only thing that's really going against him is his size. He's 5'10", 174, so he's not the biggest guy on the field. He is not gonna, you know, wow you with his athleticism either, because he only runs a 4.52. But you know, his 3-cone drill was excellent. 6.81 3-cone drill that puts him in the 77th percentile. Other than that, like, you look at all his strengths from the scouting reports and everything else, and he has a high football IQ. He excels in zone coverage. Will find the spot to be able to, you know, get open in zone coverage. Also is excellent off script plays. So if Tua needs to scramble or whatever, you know, he's a guy that can scramble with him and be able to have that, you know, synchronization with Tua and be able to, you know, make that play. He's going to be open on a scramble route, right? He's an excellent run blocker as well. However, the scouting reports, once again, everything going against his size. He may struggle in the NFL level as a run blocker due to his size, only being 5'10", 176. You know, he sometimes can also be a little bit overly blatant with his picks and rubs, which could draw penalties. But once again, you're a 7th round pick. That's the least of my concerns right there. I can go ahead and touch that up with, you know, Mike McDaniel and our coaching staff down here, right? He does, once again, lack the top end speed, only runs a 4.52 to really take the top off of the coverage, but we don't really need that. We have that already with Miami, with Waddle, with Tyreek, with even Ezukama. Like, we have speed everywhere on the field that could take the top off of a defense. I'm not too worried about someone that can do that. I want someone that, you know, we struggled a little bit. Besides having Waddle and Tyreek on the outsides, we struggled a little bit being able to find the open zones on the inside. So it kind of makes sense that the Dolphins went and got 2 guys that are absolutely wonderful in zone, against zone, and play the slot. So I can definitely see them having an immediate impact with this coming year. Once again, like, his size may find difficult consistency at the NFL level against man coverage due to his size. That's not saying, look, he's going to have it. It's saying that, look, probably because of his size. Tyreek Hill doesn't necessarily have that issue all the time. He's only an inch smaller than Waddle, and probably around the same weight, honestly. No, Waddle's probably a little bit bigger, but that's not too much of a concern for me. If he did well at the college level enough to be like, hey, look, it's not a weakness, but it's like it may become a weakness, then I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about that. I think this arguably could be one of our most valuable draft picks, right? It just comes down to size. And once again, you look at our depth chart, and all of our receivers are just so short. It's actually insane. I think if you look at the depth chart, Craycraft is 6 foot. I believe Ezukama is either 6 foot or 6'1". We did sign Jody Fortson. Someone in the comments, thank you guys, reminded me of us signing him. He's like 6'6" or 6'5", something like that. He's a monster, but he's like a hybrid tight end wide receiver. He's not really too fast either. He's a freak athlete, but he, you know, difficult finding consistency with him. But yeah, I mean, all in all, this is a great guy to have. 5'10" isn't too short. It's not the same concerns that I have with Malik Washington, where he lacks. He's just a little bit faster than Taj Washington, and he, is two inches shorter. So I almost argue that this is a better pick than Malik Washington, but Malik Washington does have the absolute physical presence. He is 191, so he weighs 20 pounds more, even though he's 2 inches shorter, and he's all muscle. So maybe these guys can complement each other. Maybe they can complement the Dolphins offense. In the press conferences throughout the draft, Mike McDaniel and Chris Grier said, look, yeah, all these guys have extremely high upside, but we're not drafting them for their upside. We're drafting them because we think that they have something that they can get to the Dolphins right now. And now I'm still kind of like in the mentality of, I think this is more towards a reset year. I also think, this guy in particular, Taj Washington, can have an almost immediate impact. And same thing with Malik Washington, being able to go in there and get those zones, because we struggled in the middle of the field when Waddle and Tyreek were both being double teamed. We could not with Craycraft, with Braxton Berrios, with Cedric Wilson. We did not get open in the middle of the field against zone coverage, and we could not find anyone down there. And that's how we really struggled towards the end of the year. So maybe this is like a little, hey, and look, I trust our coaching staff. I love our coaching staff through and through. So I think, we've gotten the most out of people that we said were bust. Austin Jackson, Tua's gone through the roof since Mike McDaniel has gotten here. Personally, I trust his coaching staff. I trust Chris Grier. Not really too much of not letting me trust them in player development at the very least. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this pick. I'm also once again going to go over all the UDFA signings, going through their scouting reports, going to try to find some highlights and bad lights, and see what I can find about them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Deuces.